Welcome to the Unclehack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Oh, we are live, baby. Back again from a little vacation in Ontario. Gross. Anyways, we're back in the booth live. Anything to reflect on? Of course, plenty to reflect on since I've been gone. But before we get into that, next week will be the draw for the cooler scooter. Oh my word, isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting that we are so gracious on this podcast to be giving you something just by buying me a beer? I don't know, fucking patreon.com/dangercat69. You can get a little view of that sucker on there. For the cost of a beer, you could not only support this show, but have a chance at winning this lovely little 49cc cooler scooter, buddy. Fuck yeah. You want to get on the cooler scooter, don't you? Don't you want to go down to the neighbors on the cooler scooter? Anyways, we're giving that away. Upcoming dates this weekend, July 7th and 8th in Edmonton at The Moon with Uncle Laser and Jason Rouse, as well as July 9th in Calgary at Yuck Yucks. Tickets for the Yuck Yucks show is on the Yuck Yucks website. For the Edmonton show, head to dangercatshop.com under the ticket link. And upcoming shows after that, Danger Room returns to the comic strip in Edmonton August 26th, as well as September 24th. We are in Vancouver, British Columbia. And now get this, the big reveal, all right? The links are live. The boys are going to America. That's right. We are approved to work in America. The three musty queers are heading south, baby. October 1st, our first date as a trio in the United States of America, Minneapolis, Minnesota at the House of Comedy, and then December 3rd in Plano, Texas. We have leveled up, ladies and gentlemen, and we can't sit back and say this is all on the backs of our hard work, the labor, the ups and downs of the entertainment industry. You know, what we've had to accomplish is not only our work, but your appreciation of our work by attending our shows and raising our stock so we can head. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who comes and attends, shares our stuff. This is becoming more and more a dream come true as the days go on. You know what? Let's have a little reflection. You know, some people just skirt through life. They just like, how do I put this? They just mindlessly kind of gallivant, to just go through the motions. There's no excitement, you know what I mean? Like we work and then, I'm too tired, I can't go out, I'm too tired. Or we allow these influences to depict and illustrate what our future should look like. And I've always been outside of that box. I've always thought a little different, I think. But I keep those thoughts sometimes inside, you know. And it wasn't until 2017 when I decided to pick up a camera on a lease site and start just rambling. And then it has now turned into this, a lifelong dream of not only getting into stand-up comedy, but really putting one foot in front of the other no matter what happens. Now, there's been a lot of ups and downs since beginning in this endeavor that I've taken on. Danger Cats, whether it be stand-up, the merchandising, the online content, it's all been pretty much self-produced up until this point, with the exception of some videographers along the way that have come and gone. And we appreciate them. Many of them went on to do some great things in their line of work, and it's an honor that, maybe we were a stepping stone for their career, and I applaud them and what they're getting up to nowadays. But yeah, this has been almost, we're going on year 7 of this, and it's crazy. So to sit here and just think that the process has just been overnight, no, it's some long days. You know, there's times where, you know, during the pandemic where we were looking at each other like maybe this is the end because we can't go out, we can't do shows, we can't really attempt this, and we had no idea when this was all going to come to an end, and but being persistent and, you know, having a great team around me with those that take care of some of the business, and as well as Brett and Sam, this is a big win in my eyes. This is something I've been working very hard for quite some time, and it's nice. It feels good, you know. It feels good when your work and what you create in not necessarily like, nah, that's not how I want to go about this. I don't think I take enough time just to pat myself on the back. I try and skirt by it and put the blinders on and be like, what's next? You know? And right now is this past week of really soaking in that the work now has gotten me to more work. You know that old fucking dog chase of the tail, eh? But it's meaningful now. You know, I have proved that there is a way of going about this without the norms of the industry inside of Canada, and I hope that, you know, whatever venture that maybe some of you are on right now, maybe it's you're getting a business off the ground, just know that stay persistent. Don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. There was moments of doubt, a tremendous amount of doubt from past owners, whether it be, you know, creative differences, a number of things. The list can go on. But just to believe in yourself, have a vision inside your head, and really work towards that. Now, that being said, you know, is some of it intentional along the way? No. Is there, you know, maybe a higher power that comes down and just gives you a little, hey, here you go, here's a little gift? I doubt that. It's all me. I'm just kidding. No, I don't. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. That's all I really have to say about it is, and I'm very excited to head down to the United States of America and really attempt this and really go for it. And that doesn't happen without, you know, many of you that listen to this podcast, show up to the live shows, come out, support us, whether it's financially by you purchasing merch or coming to live shows or on the Patreon, or, you know, just fucking e-transfer me. I'm now getting to that level, huh? Just give me your money and let me do nothing. I'll send you a picture of my feet. Or, you know, just sharing the content and getting it out and just spreading our ridiculous sense of humor. And it's much appreciated. I never thought that I could have manufactured and made these dreams come true. But yeah, the piece of paper that states that I have a visa to head to America and work really opened my eyes. It did. I always knew that this was something that I wanted to do. And now that I am doing it, it feels good. So I encourage those who are doubting themselves to really look in the mirror and ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And it doesn't matter what it is. Quite honestly, I don't think that, here's the thing. I don't think many people go out of their way and really attempt what they want to, you know? There's no guarantees. And we're going to get into that with our first topic because I hear this. This has been a phrase that's been around forever, right? Everybody has heard or said this specific phrase. No one wants to work anymore. No one wants to work anymore. It's been around forever, right? Nobody wants to, okay? That's what I hear a lot. Every time I'm hanging around different groups of people and you get talking about work and they're like, yeah, we're hired, but nobody wants to work anymore. And it's interesting because it seems like there's many factors, okay? Now, what you in your head consider work may be different from others, right? Some of us think scooping dirt and moving it to another location, that's work. Some of us write things in Excel spreadsheets and give this information to a higher up, and that's work. You know, there's all different forms of work, but we don't appreciate certain types because of our background or whatever collar is around your neck, right? But I think there's many factors that come into this phrase, and we don't dive into it. You know, everybody wants to say no one wants to work anymore, but nobody asks why doesn't anybody want to work anymore? And I think, you know, I've spent some time thinking about this while I was kicking my feet up, enjoying the views of a lake in Ontario. And I think there's a number of things that have taken place over the past 3 years that have caused certain individuals to not really appreciate the workforce. You know, I think that maybe some individuals have given up on themselves, and that's okay. You know what? This house of cards is getting real close to coming down in a goddamn crash, and we all just blindly follow the herd and we just repeat the same things. You know, the head shepherd, he says, oh, no one wants to work anymore. And then a sheep over here, hey, yeah, fuck, I know, nobody wants to work anymore. And it just slowly sifts back. It starts at the boomers, and now we're at the Gen Zers, and it's just a sentence that's stated, and nobody ever fucking asks why. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to work anymore. You hear that. You've heard your grandpa say it. Your dad said it. You've said it. Your nephew said it. Fucking the list goes on. And I think what we learned, whether we really soaked in the lesson over the lockdown, you know, that thing that took place a couple of years ago where we just sat and stared at a TV screen being like, stay inside. You will die if you don't cover your face and go to Walmart. You want that virus in your house, you got to Clorox your bananas, for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? Like it was just fear porn all day long. But in the beginning, we had a redneck that raised tigers to distract us from the evil and the fear that was just sifting through the streets as we were supposed to be upset and scared and stay inside, right? We had that guy. And as that time went on, we deemed workers essential and non-essential. And that can be that's a major defeat in some people's lives, because your whole life, your whole existence revolved around this place of work. You put so much time in, and only to find out a higher power can come in and be like, shut it down. This don't mean shit. And that really starts to dawn on someone's psyche, on their character. You know, I've put so much time into this place, and now they're telling me that I'm not essential. What am I going to do? You know? So I think it makes it harder for people to go back to work, especially when that job that you took ever so serious, then the government comes around and they hand you this fine little CERB check. That's what we got up here in Canada, was a CERB check. The government took care of you. So now you have forced people to be lazy. You know, you were forcing people to be lazy, alcoholics, stuck inside their apartments, trying to raise children, and as well work from home. On top of that, you know, there was no break, no going down to the office, no little, you know, meeting around the cooler to gossip about what took place on the weekend in somebody else's life. You know, there was no more of that. So your existence, your whole life's purpose took a hit. And then we ask ourselves, after that, why nobody wants to work anymore. And then while that was all taking place, right, we all see this. We're seeing the skyrocketing prices that are taking place. Here in Canada now, we got the carbon tax. Ooh, the carbon tax just increased. So now your fuel costs are going to go up. Ooh, isn't that nice? And so as prices are skyrocketing, and politicians that are being lobbied by these massive corporations now bend the knee to them because there's obviously probably a little back pocket slide from all those profits that these sons of bitches are making. Instead of those profits being filtered down to the everyday worker, your wages stay the same, but the cost of everything is rising. So now you're just sitting here wondering and scratching your head. Do I got to get a second job? Do I got to get a third job? How am I going to make ends meet? Right? How am I going to make this all work out? I got rent to pay, which is increasing, and my wage is not increasing, but the government is so kind, they're going to give me a rebate on the groceries, even though they're still taxing me the same, and even though they're rising the price of energy, they're rising the price of I shouldn't say it's government. I mean, the Bank of Canada is raising interest rates. So now it's harder for me to get a fucking loan and I can't pay it back. And oh, Lord, everything is just crashing down upon thee. And we ask ourselves, why don't I want to work? Because it's just a never-ending game of chasing your own fucking tail. And I don't blame these people. Now, on the contrary, do I think that you should pull your own weight? 100%. It shouldn't be a strain on the system, but I also respect those that are to a small degree, that you're able to just, allow your existence to be mediocre, if not less. See, I've spent too much time as a child being wooed by celebrity status, fancy things, cars, shiny cars, expensive cars, big houses, the rapper lifestyle. I was very intrigued by that as a youngster. And as I got older, I started to realize that a lot of these items are very minuscule and they have no meaning behind them. There's no substance on, spending your whole life just chasing $1 to acquire things that you can't share with others. Where now I found something like stand-up where I get to take the stage and, manipulate my thoughts into punchlines and setups and premises and deliver that to an audience. And my exchange then is laughter. And I get to feel good that my work that I put time and effort into is appreciated by others. And on top of that, I get paid for that work that I do. Now, some people, it's difficult. No, it's funny. I'm going to talk about myself again and then we'll go back to why don't people want to work? It is funny because the understanding that people from town, when I say from town, I mean my hometown, there's no understanding. It's just labor. That's what you're taught that, it's instilled in you. It's around the town. There's, it's just the way of life. You find yourself a good job. So be it, right? Find yourself a decent job that you can make a decent wage at, and you just get up and you really try, you really go for it, and you hope one day that the boss gives you a raise, or maybe one day you get into a position where you're in management or some sort of foreman or supervisor, and your wage goes up, and then you can finally get to that place where, you can afford a vacation. But until then, you have to just, shut the fuck up, get the hell to work, and do it. Ain't nothing to it but do it. And so trying to explain, what is your work? So I spend a ridiculous amount of time behind a computer, whether that be writing, editing, whatever it may be. And those hours that are logged aren't based on an hourly wage. So all that work that I put in is then decided on the ticket buyer who's going to show up on the weekend. So if anything, I'm working twice as much for less money, but I like this so much that I'm willing to do it, where prior, and I don't know how to explain that so people can understand it clearly, where prior I was working an hourly wage at a job that I didn't want to be at. So when 5 o'clock hit, I'm the fuck out of here. 6 o'clock, whatever it may be. Sayonara, sucker. I don't want to be here longer than I have to be, So this is like the trade-off is all this work that I'm putting in now, which I think in a roundabout way, actually not even in a roundabout. It's exactly why things like being able to work in America are starting to flourish, is because I watered that garden many years ago and just kept at it and maintaining it and going in, trying to fix things and, steadily keeping the I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I tended to my garden long enough that I get to reap the benefits of and the fruits of the labor, and it's nice. And so here's another reason, maybe this episode isn't as funny as you thought it was going to be. Maybe we're talking about things that, you are going through in your life, and I don't blame folks. I don't. I look at the common person, it's always a person in a position of power that we got to get people back to work, and the people that that are jobless or don't really want to put that effort in, I don't think you're going to get them to do that anyways. It's instilling in people's brains that getting your ass out of bed and going and working for the man is a great idea, and you should just stick to that. And when one person breaks away from that plan and starts to make something of themselves, and I'm not referring to myself because I'm far away from actually making it, okay? I'm far away from it. But when you see somebody break through and do that, we become haters on that person, Is it because that person is now in the same playing field as those above? I don't like to think of myself as above people. I like to try and look at everybody on an equal playing field, especially those that like citizens, your neighborhood, the people that are in your community. They're all on the same playing field as you. Nobody in your small ass town is making the decisions that are impacting the world on a whole global scale. You know what I mean? So to be mad at them for not wanting to participate in a system that doesn't really give back to them. In fact, it furthers themselves into the hole, So I understand their point of view. And on the other side is like, when you look at somebody and you're working your ass off, it's annoying because it's like, why the fuck? Why am I this way? I was a youngster and it always used to fucking bug the hell out of me. I gotta throw this retainer in. It used to just bother the fucking Christ out of me, I'd have lazy friends and friends that worked their asses off. And sometimes the lazy friends were still on the same playing field as I was. And you're like looking and you're like, what am I doing wrong? How is this dickhead making ends meet the same way I am, even though I'm working twice as hard as this son of a bitch, And then you start to dawn on it, and it's like, over time, you start to lose a little bit of that edge. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that in wanting to take a little time for yourself, I know that this is probably upsetting a lot of people in a work truck right now that listen to this podcast, but I understand that other side. I don't have that, okay? I'm telling you right now, I just told you, I work a tremendous amount of hours that don't rely on a wage basis, okay? So I am fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying. I'm an idiot. I put a tremendous amount of time behind a screen trying to make silly little videos and put them on the internet so that way I can just do silly little jokes on a silly little stage to those that want to have a silly little time. So you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is I envy those that can just coast. I envy them. I do. I wish I had that in a way. But it also scares the hell out of me because a lot of those people aren't living a life that, I necessarily want. But I just envy that they are able to get by basically doing fuck all. It is rather annoying. It is. And I don't blame those that are upset at those folks that do life in that way. But to sit here, nobody wants to work anymore. And I get it's a slippery slope, especially when boomers say that shit to me. And it's like, you hear a boomer and it's like, look you can shut the fuck up, okay? When boomers look at you and be like, nobody wants to work anymore. And it's like, well, first off, you guys fucked a lot of this up by being negligent to those that just decided to come and deplete the planet of its resources. And now all of a sudden it's a fucking millennials problem because, they don't want to work. Listen, you asshole. In your time, a TV repairman could make enough money where his wife could stay at home. You could buy a house, outright own your car. There was no such thing as credit cards. You guys seem to let that one fucking go. Hey, that's a great idea. We should rack up money that we don't have. I'll pay it off. That's a great system of just fake money in the air, And then on top of it, while all of that was going on, you had these major corporations polluting the water, polluting the atmosphere, polluting the soil we grow our crops, the land that we raise our animals. And now all of a sudden we have all these issues like cancer because the boomers couldn't fucking relax. Oh, we got to have non-stick pans. We need Teflon on the pans. I can't have my eggs sticking to the pan. What the hell am I? That's going to take too much time out of my day. Can't be scrubbing eggs off a pan. Put that chemical that's going to contaminate all the water around the plant and all the land to farm and raise cattle on, to ranch. All the animals are going to have this component in them now that's going to cause a tremendous amount of cancer in the future. But nobody wants to work anymore. That's because you assholes spent so much time thinking about yourselves rather than now all of us. These millennials, that's all I think about is the planet. They always think about the planet. None of us give a fuck about the planet either. It's like 8 of us. It's like 8 millennials sitting around like, the planet. There's 10 of them that show up to a fucking superstore every now and then and lay in front of the meat products. Oh, the millennials are stupid. No, we're trying to fix the problems that your old geriatric ass has caused. And now we're left with a goddamn mess, something we didn't necessarily want to inherit. And you just hand it to us. It's like, when a boomer hands you a birthday card and they're like, here's $20 to put on a down payment for a house. It's like, well, fuck me. The house that you bought that cost $18 in 1951 now is worth $3.8 million. How the fuck am I going to buy that? What asshole is going to give me a mortgage with a $20 down payment? You psychopath. Don't you go all spending this in one store? Spend it in one store? How am I going to divvy up $20 between 2 stores? I can't get a jug of fucking milk and a carton of eggs for less than $20, you asshole. Boy, these guys sure complain. Oh, fuck you. Oh, God, You were gifted a pile of dog shit with glitter on it, and you're supposed to be like, wow, thank you. And then we have, not so much here, we voted in a young asshole, but then we have the audacity to keep voting in these geriatric morons, into office. Like they're going to better the planet. No, they're on their ride out. They're making sure their families are taken care of. You see it with American politics. Look what's happening with Joe Biden and his son old Hunter. Speaking of which, that's what an American president's son should be up to, personally. Should be smoking crack with black hookers in a low rate motel on a side street in Missouri. You know, just in the middle of nowhere, whatever black hooker he could find, and let me snort some fucking crystal meth off your ass. That is how I expect, in my head, an American president's son to act like. You should be an arrogant, drug addicted, and fueled moron. You know? There needs to be more of that. It's exciting. It gives me hope. It is entertaining. This is the greatest story to happen in a while. The guy's out there smoking rock while doing 172 miles per hour on a fucking freeway. And everybody, oh, I can't believe he's going that fast. As he should. Your old man is the president of the United States of a fucking America. You should take advantage of that. I would. I'd be an asshole to sit here and be like, I wouldn't do something like that. I wouldn't do anything like that. Fuck that. You know damn well the fucking family is worth $1 kabillion. I don't have to work a day in my life. In fact, his old man pretty much handed him the Ukraine. He said, hey, here's some oil refineries over in the Ukraine, Hunter. Enjoy yourself. You got it, Dad. You got it. Now, when he said enjoy yourself, I don't think old Smoking Joe thought he was going to enjoy himself to that degree. So then, you know, you got all these powers that be, all these, these acronyms, FBI, CIA, to suppress news stories about a laptop with certain images on it. It's like, let the fucking images out. That's what we want to see. Don Jr. was kind of a fucking pussy, you know? He's on doing, oh, well, my dad, blah, 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 blah. 2 white picket fence for me. Give me that white trash. Give me the trash, baby. That was good stuff. I still like it. It's good. It's good for everybody. Nobody wants to work. Ridiculous. Let's get into our first article of the day. I know we're getting a little off topic, but these are thoughts that are in my head, and I think about this, and I hear these statements from people, and then we don't ask anything. We're not inquisitive no more, which is our problem. I find is nobody wants to ask questions, and those that ask questions get demonized from others because well, what are you doing? What do you mean? Just take the vaccine. What are you doing? Just put on your mask. And it's like, well, I got a few questions. And they're like, don't ask those. Settle the fuck down. The hell's wrong with you? Can't be asking questions. You're out of your mind. You can't do that. You know? But the thing is like you can't question those in science. You can't question those in politics and power. You can't question corporations. They suppress the information that they want out to the public because we all know the evil that those guys can. What the hell was that? Totally derailed me there. Oh, it's an ad in the corner of my eye. My bad. But we all understand the evil that these corporations possess, right? I hope, anyways. I hope I'm not just saying this and it falls on deaf ears, and I know I'm not elaborating to the extent that I should be, but I mean, look at small. Look at something like I just watched something on Cargill the other night, and all the atrocities that surround such a massive corporation like that, and how the water that's been contaminated in the United States from these individuals, and now they're one of the main controllers of our food source and what goes into our food and how we grow our food and the fertilizer that we use. You know what I mean? So there's like, we like to sit here and think that we have this mass amount of freedom, right? We're mesmerized with this idea of freedom that we have here in North America. And this applies to Canada as well. The same companies that you think, you know, that they have a nice little logo on it, you know, you go down the cereal aisle, right? Like 3 companies own all those cereals, if not just one giant umbrella corporation over top of it. And the illusion of choice is just always around us at all times. You know, it's just a big giant illusion. And I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist moron right now, but it's true. And nobody wants to talk about these types of things. We just blindly stick our head in the sand and we ridicule our neighbor for not wanting to work. You know? And I know the world possesses a lot of problems that I don't think that we're going to solve in my lifetime. I think we're far away from it. I think that the future is about to be very grim. I think it's about to be I think what we're walking into is a slow destruction of North America. And there's many ways that it's destroying itself. Now, whether you can sit here and you can say that it's mass immigration, it could be, you know, corrupt politicians that are just reaping whatever they can and pillaging whatever resources, and that including money, water, food. It could be whatever. They are pillaging whatever is left of this bloated pig. It's just a balloon that's expanded to the point that it's about to explode on itself, and we are going to be left with like, what the fuck do we do? Because we haven't faced, especially here in Canada, you know, we haven't faced any atrocities on a mass scale that's affected the country as a whole in quite some time. You know, maybe World War II, as soldiers were up and leaving and going over to Europe to fight in World War II. But there's never been anything on our ground. And once that gets to our ground, I think we're easily conquered. And I think we will finally understand what true problems are. That's what I think. That's my prediction of the future, you know. As I sit here and I watch the things that happen, you know, I like to read all the headlines and all the stories and what's taking place around the world. You're seeing in France that there's a lot of, I don't want to call those protests, a lot of riots, a lot of buildings being burnt down. And we know the French love to riot. And so you look at that and you're like, what the hell's going on there? Somebody lose a soccer game? And that's not the case. I think that you're witnessing the destruction of Western countries, as we put it, Western ideologies, as libraries with historical books that have been around for thousands of years are being burnt down. It's in the exact playbook. We've seen this before, haven't we? Libraries burning down, huh? Little tactic by somebody, he shall not be named. Anyways, conservative voters. Our first article from the CBC, my favorite blog site, one of my favorite, Nicole Thompson of the Canadian Press. Conservative voters less likely to say they're proud to be Canadian, survey suggests. More than 80% of respondents said that they were proud to be Canadian. Oh, wow. Isn't that fun? See, these polls are fun because it's this incites in Canada where we're idiots, right? We love headlines. We love the headlines. We don't like to read the articles here because we're dumb in Canada. Many of us are dumb. We're duped by headlines, and we don't read. And this is the fun part, is why on this show we dissect the article, or should I say blog post. Canadians' pride in their nationality, like most things these days, seems to be divided down partisan lines, a new poll suggests. While a strong majority of the 1,512 respondents to the survey by Ledger said they were proud to be Canadian, 81%, the poll suggests, the feeling is less common among conservative supporters than their liberal counterparts. Ooh. So 1,512 people were surveyed, and we're supposed to expect they speak for the whole country. Experts say, ooh, we love experts. Who are these experts? Nothing we love more than experts. Experts say hate is on the rise because 4 trannies wanted to read children books at a local library. Experts say that while the results of the survey may be surprising, giving conservatives' reputation as a patriotic party, it reflects their discontent with the direction in which Canada is headed. The poll found 97% of those who listed their voting intentions as liberals said they were very or somewhat proud to be Canadian, as did 87% of NDP-leaning respondents. That number dipped among conservative voters, just 76% of whom answered in the affirmative. Ooh. An even smaller portion of 30 respondents who said that they vote for the PPC said that they were proud to be Canadian. Just 45%. Oh, this is where it gets fun. See, this is where it gets fun. Now we get into the director of McGill Institute for the Study of Canada's comments. Conservatism is often associated with patriotism, right? In this case, you don't have that because there is a discontent towards the federal government, towards federal policies, and maybe also towards the direction the country is heading. Weird. I'm surprised more people aren't less patriotic, you know? Out of the 1,500 people that they surveyed, I'm sure I'd like to know the location that they surveyed these people. Because now, Canadian patriotism is funny, okay? It is funny. Because there once was a time where our beer commercials really championed the idea that we have beavers and hockey and maple syrup. We invented lacrosse. We win the gold medal in the men's hockey championships back to back for years and years. We have snow. We build igloos. We have snow fights. We really lean into that sort of lumberjack, I'm from the Great White North idea, but things have changed since then, you know? Things are different now. We used to flex on Americans about, I'll go get my feelings checked with my free healthcare. And now it's not so funny as you're being taxed, upwards of 50% on your paycheck to have a wait time over an hour. And, you'll be lucky if you do schedule an appointment, if you get in within 3 months. Now, I'm not saying that the idea of the American healthcare system is better, but I just think maybe it's time we shut the fuck up. We have a lot of problems that we are not resolving, and we are just blindly looking the other way and pretending to be patriotic through this weird sense of almost the labeling of being inclusive, you know? It seems like we just get off, or most Canadians just get off on the idea that we're inclusive. Up here, we're inclusive. That's what we do. we ignore all the problems and we're a melting pot of diversity up here. And we love including everybody, even though, sometimes it's not that great. Sometimes it's not, let's be honest. And I'm not saying in terms of race or religion, sexuality. I'm just saying sometimes it's a bit much. It gets like, you're like, all right, just shut the fuck up. Because with that melting pot comes a whole new degree of other problems. And you're able to conquer and divide, I think, easier when you have that. Like it's difficult for, let's say, what's a good way of going about this without me seeming like I'm not racist enough? No, it's just, I think conservative-leaning voters and liberal voters just have a different idea of what a great future looks like, And I think deep down inside, a lot of those things, the surface level horse shit, like, oh, I think we need more gays in the school system. It's like, yeah, I don't care, okay? I'm broke, all right? I just want to pay my bills and be able to go on a fucking vacation. But instead, I'm over here working like a dog just to ensure that I have enough money for a fucking hydro bill that has increased 150% in the last 4 years. But no. Yeah, that's right. Let's put more tax money to paint some fucking sidewalks. That's what we should be doing. No, let's use the $50,000. Let's take $50,000 worth of paint and put a fucking rainbow on the sidewalk. Let's do that. That's why people are getting angry. It's just like this loose spending on all this dumb ideologies that exist with us now. That's what I feel like. That's like, I think that we just can't quite get to why things upset us. Like, for instance, I'm not bothered by any of this gay shit. It doesn't bother me. But in the same time as I'm saying that, it's just like, I don't, you don't want it everywhere. And like fucking, we wouldn't do that with everything. We don't do that with everything. ISIS needs a month in Canada. That's what they need. I'm not stopping until ISIS has a whole month and we have to sit here and listen. They get a parade. The banks have to put an ISIS flag. We don't do that with everything. So it's hard to understand why. And then it's like, oh, there's a rise in hate. It's just like, it's the classic, like, create a problem and a solution. So like all these companies get behind this because it's like, it's the new thing to do. You're told, hey, get involved in this. It's keeping the people distracted. And I think that's a key thing. And I truly do. This is my thoughts. I think that this is all like a big psyop for the general public, because right now this is like the main thing that we're talking. The trannies are talking to the kids in the school system. But meanwhile, in the background, there's a lot of things that are taking place that, like Canadian news is not going to be presented or curated in your social media feeds because Big Trudy got a brilliant idea that he's going to suck some money out of Google and Facebook and Meta. And all of a sudden they were just like, yeah, well, we don't really care. We just won't post it. And it's like, oh, shit. So now our news can't even get out there. The news that we fund with taxpayer dollars, wow, now can't even reach the citizens of the country on social media apps because the government is so incompetent that they can't make a correct deal that makes any fucking sense whatsoever. So now all that money that the government strips from your paycheck and then uses to prop up something like Global or CBC, our favorite blog site that we're slowly getting through on this article, now that money is just poof in the air. They spent all this time and all this effort into creating a digital division inside of this news corporation that can't even be utilized correctly with social media apps. That's where we see most of our stuff. Nobody is going directly to the website unless your name is Uncle Hack and you go there just to see what can I make fun of today, right? That's what I do. All right. Is it healthy? Is my mental health taking a hit? Yes. but I do it for your entertainment. That's it. That's as far as it goes. But because we have polls like this right here that says, oh, well, patriotism isn't very present with the conservative-leaning members of this so-called country, we got to write an article about that. Some people think when they think about, are you proud to be Canadian? They just think about, are you proud of being under the leadership of Justin Trudeau? Are you proud to be under the Liberal leadership? Well, when your leader is a buffoon, it's tough to be patriotic. You know what I mean? So yes, a lot of that is that, you know? And now we're deeply ingrained in politics because that's all that was on the TV for 2 years. And we watched these politicians who told us that these are the rules and you must follow them, break those same rules by going out and just enjoying themselves while everybody was locked down. So yes, have we become more political? I believe so. I think people now are more involved with policies and, bills that are being created in the House of Commons from the top all the way to the bottom. I think that we're keeping more of an eye and we're more critical of the current regime than we have been in quite some time because of the divisive behavior that he's kind of put out there for the past 3 years by making some wild statements like about the unvaxxed. And if you want to get on a plane to this country and you're unvaxxed, good luck. And he's yelling this at rallies and getting people all charged up like we should be hunting these people down. It's caused a division between us as a community, right? Right there. And he fans the flames. So when you ask, you know, when somebody says like this jackass says something like this, yes, it has a tremendous amount to do with that. He is our representative on a global scale. This is who they look at when they're like, who's the leader of Canada? Oh, old Captain Blackface over here. Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's nice. A former prime minister's son, who's an art school fucking teacher, is over here gallivanting around at parties dressed as Aladdin. And I'm supposed to be proud of the country that I reside in while this buffoon plays dress up all around the world. You know, he's doing karaoke in the UK. He's doing fucking Bollywood dances in India in traditional garb. And I'm supposed to be like, okay, yeah, this guy, he's my guy. He's my guy. Yep, that's my leader. Oh, God. Are you proud of being under the leadership of Justin Trudeau? That has a lot to do with it because a lot of people that are now becoming young voters, they're the ones that have to watch this jackass. You know, this is the torch carrier of this great nation. And us, as people, we read this shit, and we allow fucking dumbasses like Daniel Bland. Are you proud to be Canadian? And a lot of people associated with the country. Yeah, well, I look around, and I see my fellow citizens, and a majority of them are still wearing masks when it's been proven scientifically very early on in this pandemic that this is not good for you. And there are still a lot of people waltzing around this lovely little land with a piece of cloth over their face like it's protecting them. So when I say that Canadians are fucking idiots, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying I mean it. Thank you. You know, there's a tremendous amount of stupid people that are just gallivanting this fucking area. I am spitting everywhere today. I am salivating out of the mouth, and I don't know why that's, you know. His reasons, he said the reasons listed for their pride or lack thereof, often a further glimpse into what's going on. Natural beauty, healthcare, listed as as reasons for national pride. Conservative voters were most likely to list Canada's natural beauty and landscapes as a reason for their national pride, with 47% of them saying so, and 35% of them said universal health care contributed to their pride. Of the Liberal respondents, 55% said they were proud because of universal health care, as did 53% of New Democrats. But there were limits on how proud universal health care made people. 38% of all respondents said the state of our healthcare system is a reason not to be a proud Canadian. 40% of conservative voter supporters said the same, as did 37% of Liberal and NDP. That points to a nuance in how Canadians think about national pride, said Howard Ramos. Ooh, an expert, chair of the Department of Sociology at Western University. It's very important to distinguish that when somebody says they're not proud to be Canadian, it doesn't mean that they're not patriotic. It might mean that they see the country moving in a direction that's not in the direction they believe is right. Ramos said, people can be patriotic, can feel loyal and devoted in their country without feeling proud to be Canadian, he said. Oh, wow. The fact conservatives in particular are less likely to be proud reflects the isolation they've expressed in recent years. So, too, do the responses about political division. 20% of conservative voters said such division didn't make them proud to be Canadian, as did 21% of Liberals and 18% of NDP voters. See, when I say that Big Trudy is not maybe the best prime minister that we've seen in the past couple of years, I think he's up there. He's up there. He's definitely top two, you know? It's in the division that we've seen over these past years of him trying to rule with an iron fist, and it's tough to look at him and be like, that's a dictator, because I think that he is easily scared. I think he gets very, very scared. You know, he acts all tough when there's men around him that are there to guard his safety, but I think deep down, I think a guy like that looks at his roof and feels a sense of, oh God, you know, like those night terrors that you get every now and then when you're short $500 on your mortgage and you're you know, you get the cold sweats at night. Those never feel good, don't they? Those never feel good. Nobody likes those. There you have it. Conservative voters don't feel patriotic, and as a lot of them shouldn't. Okay, you know what? I forgot to attach. I forgot to attach the images of the hate mail, so I'm just going to read it out, and it's not going to be on the screen here. Here we go. You know what? I almost forgot. I've been away for a minute, but we got a hate mail. We're back. Yeah, that's right. You want to email me with some hate mail, unclehack@dangercats.tv. We'll gladly read that out on air. You write it in. Email me with the subject line, hate mail at unclehack or unclehack@dangercats.tv with whatever's on your mind. You could talk shit about me, your neighbor, about something you've seen in public. Maybe there's some characteristics about human beings that you just despise. Air it out. We need to get less hate out into the streets, off the streets and on the internet, so we can censor it faster. That's what this is about. You know, I'm working hand in hand with the government to ensure that hate exists online, so that way Marco Mendocino can come in and censor the internet. You know, the officer of safety is going to make sure we can all stay safe. Anyways, hi hack. I want to use your platform to send a message out to everyone who takes a long time at the ATM. Every time I go to withdraw weed money, I have to wait a decade behind some stupid broke asshole who can't figure out why their available balance is what it is. The only use for an ATM in 2023 is to withdraw money for drugs and in strippers and or hookers. If you require any additional commerce, take your broke ass to the bank and lump all your problems on the teller who doesn't give a fuck. I'm so fucking sick of waiting behind these miserable, retarded assholes who have to conduct a month's worth of finance and accounting at the ATM. Every single bank has an app where you can check your balance. If you can't navigate a banking app in 2023, you deserve to be broke. The only financial crisis that people should be having at the ATM is holy fuck, this sucks. I only have $80 for Trixie this weekend because Comcast went through late. I'll have to let her know I'll be able to tip double next week. Please take your problems elsewhere and let me get my weed and hooker coupons in a timely fashion. Thanks for listening. That's a wonderful piece of hate mail. I like that. All right. Our last piece of hate mail for the folks. Hey, Hack, you musty fuck. Love the pod and everything you're doing. Tell all these knuckle-dragging fucks to stop bashing you on your third grade reading skills. Half of these fags can't even muster up enough brain cells to spit out a fucking sentence. Also, bring the three musty queers back to Sask. Cheers. Mike Oxlong. Why, thank you very much, Mike Oxlong. Thank you for writing that in. We really appreciate that. And with that being said, we thank you for tuning in to the Uncle Hack podcast. Once again, we appreciate those that are on the Patreon. And if you would like to continue listening to another mindless hour of a rambling retard, be sure to sign up at patreon.com/dangercat69, where there is an exclusive episode waiting for you right now. Isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Aren't you glad that there's 2 hours of podcasting that you could be listening to from this asshole? And get this, if you sign up, you get entered for the fucking cooler scooter. The cooler scooter? Oh boy, can't wait to win the cooler scooter. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hack podcast. We will see you next week, Thursday at 3 p.m.